So you always just figured you'd get married and have kids, or did you think you'd never get married, or
Didn't ever cross my mind.
you didn't think about it one way or the
Didn't,
other?
no, honey, I didn't. It's just like your mom, I told her, and she don't believe me. I told her, I said, I didn't love you when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I liked you. I liked you a whole lot. But after we was married, a month or two, I loved you more.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and things. And that is the truth.
So why'd you marry her?
Well, I liked her.
You
She
just
done
figured.
everything. No, she did everything in just like she is now. Easy, talk, and then I went out with some girls, boys, nice looking, pretty, everything. And honey, when they talk, it turn your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them. Every one of them have a fault, one way or the other. I mean, you know. Well, your mom didn't have no faults.
Mhm.
Not at all. And she didn't even jump on me when Ben Home and Patton got into that fight, and I went to jail. No, I was out then. Well, where all this started at, first of all, we went into, I was with this girl, and a buddy of mine was with this other girl, went in this restaurant. I had a fifth of whiskey, and then nobody did. We
Mhm.
poured Coke sitting in lunch. This was a lunch place where people eat. And we was sitting there talking, eating, and he come in. He come in from the bar, next bar there, and he come in. And come back, and he knowed this girl I was with. So I don't know, he knew her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And asked her if she wanted to drink a beer. He come from the bar, and he shouldn't have it, but he had it on his coat. Beer bottle. So when he reached it to her, he hit the glass and tipped it over. I jumped back and said, I said, somebody be careful, they get something all over him. He looked down to me and he called me that dirty word. When he said that dirty word, two fists hit him in the mouth, and I mean now. And then the blood started flying every which way. We moved from that end, and he called the police. And the people run the restaurant know me very well. I eat there a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
He come back and told that police. He said he didn't have a thing to do with it. Said that he come back and he raised the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Come from over there and raised the trouble. Said that. Well, months went by and I went down to this bar and I went in there, and he was in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was drinking Strohs up to the bar, and all at once I heard a scream. And I turned around, just when I turned around, I got kept with that beer bottle. Right in the eye, man. Then I was drinking mine. I come across mine too, but tucked his head, you know. Went into it, and it cut all the way down. He did down there. And I grabbed one of the big bar stools. I was strong, buddy. And I ended up just like this. Somebody hollered. I still today don't know. Hollered my name. Lonnie, don't do it. And that stopped me. I just froze. And my eye, I didn't think it did, but the eye come out, my eye laid down on my chin, man. I ain't kidding you.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back out to Charles, and there was. Two policemen come out there, and he told me. Said, we're going to have to arrest you. That was on a Friday. I think Friday evening, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to him and this and that. And he says, I'll tell you what. He said, Miss No, you said you're spending the weekend if you come down Monday. See Chief Bales, that was his name.
Mm-hmm.
I went down. And old Chief Bales, you know, told me that and talked to me pretty nice, you know, and I was telling him that happened. So they put me in jail. I was there, I was in there 7 days, I guess. And Charles, I think it said he's going to bail me out.
Mm-hmm.
They put up his house, and Esther wouldn't let him. And something like that. That's when I was going with your mom. And your mom and Earl was your grandma's husband. You know,
Harold?
and, and they all come sit in the courtroom now. But St. John, you know, he was going to junior commerce.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him, he says, told the lawyer, his lawyer for me, he says, don't let Lonzo go up there. He says, lay it over another time, but don't let him go up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to go up there because he knows I tell the truth.
Mhm.
But I'd end up in the big house.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did does, it all ended up the waitress in there and the bartender they lied. He lied like the devil because old Turner, Travis Turner, was underage.
Mm-hmm.
And she did close the bar down. But I come to find out, honey, that bar party belonged to old Chief Bales. And that bartender and that waitress said they never seen me in that place, or him either. Just like that, honest, that's the way we had. They said never seen me in the place. So
So that was the end because
Yeah,
nobody,
that's
they
right.
said you
Got it.
weren't there.
I get out, that's great, that's true thing.
Did you ever see that guy again? That
Oh
you got in a
yes,
fight with?
yes. He bought me a beer later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, honey, later on, yeah. But old Travis Turner, well, he was from Alabama, someplace down there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's mean, I mean, just like anybody else. Thought he knew everything, too. And that's how it all started, anyway. And that was a mess.
So what did Mom say anything about you being in jail, or did she just say that's all right, or?
No, well, she's let you and love me pretty well, and she's up there. Somehow, I don't know why, how's come, but I don't know yet. You'll have to ask her. Seemed like she bought me extra pair of pants or something and didn't bring the bill. But I don't know how that comes about. I don't know how I got that anyway. But no, she never did say nothing about me being in jail or anything like that. Didn't bother her none. Because she knows practically what it's all about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'd have went and seen her instead of been where I was, I wouldn't have got in that job. So that, see, people, that's what people does. If you shouldn't do something, and you do it, then you get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Get in trouble, yeah. Oh, yes. But I got out of that. But I thought sure as the world I was going to spend time out there.
Now that's before you and Mom were married, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, been going with each other maybe a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
but that's when it all happened.
Mm.
Oh, yes, Roxanne. I went to that restaurant, see your mom. That woman worked in there, she had a daughter, and she didn't want your mom to go with me at all, and they'd ride the bus and I go to work at the shop then, and she put her daughter right beside of me. Honest, I've never seen anything like it. She was, what people will do now, I'll tell you now, it's something else.
Just trying to get her hitched.
Yes, it is. No, I used to go there and eat all the time in there. And then her, she liked me too, I think, a little bit, because we liked the same kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest Tubb Boy. That was her, my favorite too. And every time I'd go in there, I'd have these little boxes up and I'd put a nickel in, play it. Yeah. But that's why you get stuck with any people. They might not be the cutest thing in the world, but when you go with a person and you find the person out, and that's the best thing I ever done in my life. Where I would end up, I'd been out there in the prison the rest of my life, I'd been somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to Monroe, I said, if we'd stayed in Kentucky, we'd still be there if we ain't dead, making moonshine or whatever we could do.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, because that's where he's brought up. See, we was going to make moonshine out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know from the bottom up, I know everything you've got to do and everything, how to make it, how to make it, build it and everything. I know it exactly. It's like when Dad made the molasses for people. He'd raise this fields of sugar cane. It'd be, like saying, that's like they had, say for instance, they had like a little alleyway, but the pans would be stretched from here to you. And this about as wide as from that church to this. And they go like this way, and then he'd come back this way, and then he'd go back this way, and when he get down to the end, it'd be done.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a big fire boiling, you know, and everything. And when it does, the green foam would come up off the top of that, you know, and they scoop it off. But when it got down, it'd be red foaming. That's where the molasses come in. You know, and then they had this mule, had these two big rollers, like with grooves in it, and they'd stick that cane in there,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd squeeze all the juice out of that cane in the container,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'd pour that into the one end of that pan,
Okay.
where it start boiling, see? And that mule would go all day, right around that circle,
Hmm.
and twist that, and guys sit there and beat that cane in. Of course, they had to have guys to strip it. They'd strip all the blades off of it to put it through there. But that's how they made it. And Dad, they'd wouldn't pay him off in money if he'd make other people's. They gave him like maybe 50-gallon drum of molasses,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever. But that's how they did all the business. It'd be a couple of chickens, a pig, the molasses, no money,
Mm-hmm.
but that's how they did it. And it's just like you do me, I'll do you. Like, give you a day's work, I give you a day's work. But that's how they lived down there.
Mm-hmm.
They helped each other that way. Yeah. And the sugar, them molasses, you put in a big oak barrel. It's just like 50-gallon drum, and it sit all winter, and it all turned into sugar.
Hmm.
But they use that, see, like I said, like you would syrup. I mean, it's the same thing as syrup. Over bread and pork. See, that's another thing. You had your meal, you had your molasses, you had your bacon, you had your eggs, and you had, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we were fed. But we eat good. But we was eating the pure thing, honey. It didn't have nothing put in it.
Right.
See, that made it a lot different, see. But now they cut the milk down, they cut everything you eat down. I mean, they say it's like this,
Yeah.
like that, yeah. It's about here. I think it's about out now, ain't
It's
it?
got about 4 minutes, 5
Huh?
minutes. It's got a few more minutes.
A few more minutes?
Mm-hmm. Not too much more.
Yeah. Well,
So I want to go back to you and Mom meeting again. You said the first time you met her was on the bus, or no?
yeah.
And she fell on
First
you?
time I ever seen him. I told her just got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's down, and we just come from Ohio to Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
and we was going out to Charles, and riding the city bus. Me and Margot was. I was down one corner, she was standing, she fell in my lap. And she said, I'm sorry. And I said, well, you can do that anytime. Just life, you know, so they go at that. Well, I didn't pay no more attention to it, you know. And Mondo said something about it. And I said, he said, I know her. And I said, how'd you meet her? And he said, in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's right. I know. You didn't meet her? And he said, yeah, she's in there with her dad. Then the other time, then is when I told you about going to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got a job at that restaurant
So,
where I eat all the time.
so did you go in the restaurant to just see her, or you went in that restaurant anytime?
Well,
Anyway.
I went in that restaurant to eat it anytime. In other words, I went to another restaurant
Right, I
because I
understand.
eat there all the time. And
Right.
I know the people that work there, the one that owned the place,
Mhm.
and I know them pretty well. So that's why I mostly eat. I got good hamburger, good hot dogs, whatever I want, you know.
And you must have asked her out again then, at the restaurant, or?
Oh, well, honey, I think, yes, we went to movies and everything.
Yeah.
And after we was married, an apartment, I had this Dodge, old green Dodge, and go to town, I'd go and play pool, you know, and this and that, and she'd go to a show or something, but I'd play in there. And these girls, I used to run around with a bunch of kids, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they'd get in the car and say, the girls would.
Hmm.
And I tell them, I told them I was married, you know, your mom, you know. But your mom never seemed to holler nothing about it. I didn't know how she felt at that time. Oh, yes. Oh, honey, went on. Yeah, we went to show, went doing this and do this and that, yeah.
And then you said, let's go to Ohio and get married or something
Oh,
like that.
she said something, said she had to come back to Albany for some means or another. I don't know what it was. And I told her, I said, well, I'm taking off. I said, I'm going to go high. And then that's how she come about that.
You mean she was going to move back to Albany?
Well, I don't know. It's something. Something about she had to do or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what probably made it up, you know. I don't know. But anyhow, it's just like I told you before. When you go with a person, if you go with them, it don't matter how long you go with them. It don't take long when you, if that person, well, I look at it, if that person just does something you don't like, I don't care what it is,
Mm-hmm.
you should never fool with them, never should get married. Because you got to put up with that, you know. And she never did a thing, not that long.
Mm-hmm.
She never hollered or bad, she didn't do anything, I mean, to disturb it. She, what could you say? I know. Then a person, I don't think you'd ever find them like you used to then. I mean, not like your mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
I know of, if I know me, I wouldn't marry me, but I bet then, I tell you, no way. Nope. And I'll tell you, she's been a good mom.
Mm-hmm. She has.
She sure has. Yes, she has. Sure took care of me, honey. Yeah, she has.